All right, what's up, everybody? So, as promised, we wanted to keep going with these little discussion videos. And as we mentioned in the last one thing that we would really like to try is to do some like match analysis. So, you guys kind of have an idea of what we were thinking about when we were discussing that. So, Dan had one already pulled up or ready to go, even when we recorded the last video. So, we figured, okay, well, we'll just go through that one and then. Hopefully that'll kind of spark some interest, I guess, from anybody who swings by and watches the video. And, you know, if you have any matches of your own that you want us to take a look at or that you want to discuss, you know, definitely post those up, comment, all that stuff. So you'll hear in the background, I'm keeping the video muted. Now it's paused, obviously. And you can see if you want to watch the video yourself, make note of that the title that's in the top left on YouTube, so you can go watch it. But I figure it's easier for us because it seems like they have commentary on it because it's one of the Wednesday night fight matches a while back, it looks like. And but just so that it's not too, you know, crazy quiet for us, I do have very softly some tech and music playing in the background. But I guess that's all I have for now. So. Is there anything, Dan, that you want to say before we get into this? Any like primer or something that we should be aware of? Oh, and by the way, I haven't watched this yet. He wanted to, so you know, whoever out there that watches Wednesday night fights on a regular basis, you know, you might have already seen this. I have not, so I don't know if there's anything you want to tell us, Dan, for the people who have not watched it yet.
Yeah, that's what I would have started with is we're going to get live reacts out of Scott right off the bat. So I kind of kept that one from him. So the main thing that we wanted to start off with these is it seems like our crew is really about that meta life. You know, like when two players really play each other all the time, you can start to see the things, the decisions that they make, you know, like, do they not pull the trigger here? Do they pull the trigger there? That sort of thing, and how it kind of develops. And you see how they're more capable of being able to punish certain things because they play all the time. Now, this is MYK versus Rip. And, I mean, you guys are used to hearing me rag on most players. You'll hear me rag on most American players more than anything. This match is just thrilling. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. And I came to understand, you know, Rip is a very exciting, I don't know if you've ever played him, but he's the kind of guy who will just double flip kick because whatever.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I have played him actually many times over the years, but not so much, I guess, in the last several years, but me and him kind of came into the scene around the same time. No, actually, that's not true. He came in around T5, so he was a little after me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's kind of known for that crazy, risky law style.
So when you watch this and you know that here's a guy who is like, he pulls the trigger all the time. He does these sorts of things. And you see him in this match and you're against someone that plays him all the time, you're going to see the respect. You're going to see a lot of really interesting things. And that's what we're going to try to like point out, you know, show you some of these things and tell you about what their options are and why they're making some of these decisions. And I think that's where this is really going to shine because MYK, he's kind of the absolute opposite. He plays a very compact, technical game. He plays Steve, and of course, you know, he uses lots of back one and down forward too, but that's kind of him. He does the technical stuff. He plays a very conventional but safe, well executed game. So cool. That's just like, I want to get you into that mindset. This is what you're going to see, and this is how Rip is going to test him, and vice versa.
Cool. All right, so I guess we're ready to hit play then.
Yeah, if you're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. And just a reminder to everybody, so I know I said this before, but I did mute the YouTube video just because they're going to have, commentary and stuff, so we don't want to be trying to talk over them or anything.
All right. So you can see right off the bat, he's kind of, down forward twos into the cancel. They're backing off really well. MYK is abusing that PC. And you can see Rip just let loose that 3+4 because he's so low on life. And right there, that actually, where he did it and it was blocked, to me, that was actually a meta moment. Because you
Right.
would think somebody would say, oh, this one's going to be blocked. It's not really a safe place to do it. I'm not going to finish it. But he was testing him.
Yeah, like I know you, so like you were saying before, it's like I kind of know your tendencies, so I'm gonna bet that you're gonna try to punish it.
And you might be asking yourself when you see this, why is he doing so many back 3, back 4s? Back 4 is already a really good law move, but he's doing it in particular against Steve because Steve has those sways. My favorite part of watching these matches, though, is actually watching the dance, watching them do their little in and out and everything, and you can see that they're really used to each other's ranges. And you'll I almost fixate my eyes just on where they are and how far apart they are and what they're doing. Like that Magic 4, you could see Steve just getting closer, and he went for it. And that down 2-3 is a good example of Rip just pulling the trigger.
I was gonna say, yeah, but although I guess it's not like the worst thing to do against Steve because he doesn't have a 15 frame launch. So I mean, you're still gonna get punished, but at least he's not gonna get a full launch from it.
Yep, and he chose to do it after blocking a down forward 2, which is a very interesting decision too.
The old toe kick. I love toe kick after
Yep.
that. Such a good thing.
Lots of baiting going on, lots of down 4s to just kind of like slow him down, cut the ankles. Right now, Rip's trying to make a comeback.
That was a good slide. Recognized the flicker and just kind of went for it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Back to grabbing.
Yeah, if I was playing law, I would definitely be like, if I blocked the move that was going to transition to do it, I'd be thinking slide.
And by the way, so I'll probably pull from some of the law basic stuff.
Actually, right here.
Okay.
Right here, watch. I think we sort of missed a little bit there, but
I can always go
in and
back
out.
to YouTube video, bro. You want us to go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah, let's
part
do it.
I like. This is why I wanted to do these, do it like this, because then if we saw something, we can always go back to it. Okay, so
Yeah,
I started at the beginning of the round, but I did want to point out this though. You see the slide there? So I mentioned this in the basics guide, and I'll just pause it because I think your moment is probably coming up here. But I wanted to notice that or mention that fake slide from like what he was like range 5, something crazy out there. So it's really good, and I mentioned mentioned this in the basics guide. But when you do it that far out, it's really, really good to take initiative away and like give yourself that opportunity to either run in if you want to, which he kind of did there, or check them for if they want to try to run in or like challenge, because you could easily get a counter hit slide if they try to come at you and do something. And with Steve having stuff like forward 2, it's not uncommon for them to do that. But all right, so I will shut up here. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Then he even after the fake slide, because he had to respect it, he went for the Magic 4. So
Right.
once MYK saw that the slide wasn't actually coming out, he gave up the counter hit.
Cool. All right, and then your moment, I'm guessing, is here. So I will.
Yep. So watch their little in and out dance. Like that is Rip right there. Like he had him spaced out. He was looking specifically for it. He ended up getting clipped, but you could see where he stopped. And he did it right there too. If you saw that back 1 whiff, MYK just had the sense to go for the back 1 down 2.
Oh, this is going to be big damage. Wall into the super. Oh, no super? Okay, saving it. It still got it too. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do the super. So obviously everyone has like their own opinion on this, but I'm always of the opinion that you should burn it in any opportunity that you really get it. So I'm going to pause this because it's going into it. So like, I know that right there, it probably wouldn't have killed, even though he was really low on life. So it was going to scale pretty well for him. It probably still wouldn't have killed, but it certainly would have done. Here's the way I look at it. It would have done at least the same amount of damage as that wall combo, and he wouldn't have been sitting on it. Now I know Law doesn't have like the best rage options compared to other characters, like say Steve, who has that really stupid rage drive. But I don't know. No, again, yeah, I know people have like varying opinions on that, but if you can,
Yep, and
if you can use it, because yeah, because you're never gonna get another chance to use it. Like if you end the round without using it, and had he lost that round, for instance, it's like, okay, well, what could I have done with that? You know, I had this tool, this once a round tool. I had it, never used it. So, but anyway.
All right. And then my flip side to that discussion is by keeping his rage, he did increased wall damage also. So even though he may have done slightly more, if it's only slightly more, keep it, because then afterwards, like let's say you're 1 down 4 away, but you go and you do it and they don't die because of that down 4. However, had you kept your rage and you know the difference is nominal, I mean that down 4 is going to do much. Or let's say you need another launch, now that whole next combo is going to do more. It really does start to add up. So I try to keep my rage as much as possible. Obviously awkward, like if you can't get a real full wall combo, I'll probably do a super, but
right.
I'm
curious.
On the other side
This match, I probably should be paying more attention to move properties and stuff, but it says WNF episode 9, so I'm guessing this was a long time ago. Do you know what patch this was?
I don't, but I can tell you that Rip used to be really good at parry into DSS 3+4, so it is definitely after that. And actually, now that you mention it, in that last set, he did Steve's quarter circle forward too, so it's newer.
Okay, all right. I was just checking because I wasn't really looking too much at like the wall combo damage, so I was like, I'm not sure how how much that did, if that was like before the DSS forward 3 patch or what. So it doesn't look like it's a newer, so he just did down 1 with Law, and that looked pretty fast, so I don't think it's the newest patch.
No, yeah, this probably isn't the newest one, but probably the one just before that with Leroy and everything, because he did, like I said, he had Steve's. Oh, that was an interesting moment. So Steve block punished Law's forward 4-3. Now he could have taken Sonic Fang. It definitely wouldn't have killed, but he did down forward too. Experience tells him then, especially with a trigger happy player like Rip, that if he does the down forward 2 and gets the counter hit because he decided to go into DSS and, you know, mess around, then he can try to go for the kill there. So it was actually a really interesting decision.
I like
that parry.
Oh, that was a nice back smash. I like the back 4 decision there though, because it for sure would have killed had it hit. Safe, homing, good range at the wall. You can't get away. So it just didn't land, but it was still a good decision.
So what I'm seeing a lot of out of Rip though is he's definitely playing the sway game, and there's the experience getting him the launch punish on that move. But it's just all, you know, tracking mid, tracking low, tracking mid, tracking low, trying to cut off these sways, hitting MYK for it.
I like the parry after
parries
back
4. And then he parries the 10 hit.
Right.
And this huge combo here. He's getting a lot of low parries, and a lot of people might be kind of intimidated. Like a lot of our players might be concerned with tournament style play. Gosh, what a comeback. With lows and how safe they are, because people get low parried and they lose their life, and then they get intimidated to do lows. Look at these guys. They're just harassing each other with the lows. Get low parried, go hit them low again. It's constant.
Yeah, I'm in that boat too. Like I don't give a shit. You can crush me, low parry me all you want. My lows are not going away. I love my lows.
Yep. And you better respect it, otherwise you will die. Look at these.
He loves
all right, this
that.
is one of my favorite enders right there. because now MYK never pulls the trigger, and he just finished that into the low, and you could see him laughing about it because he doesn't really pull triggers.
Right. I like how Rip loves the DSS2 option after the parry. Like, he never does the 1-4, which I'm a little surprised about. Like, the DSS2 is better at the wall because it gives the wall splat, but out in the open, I feel like the DSS 1-4 is better.
Yeah.
But he always does the 2. Always.
It's probably like a risk versus reward thing, like if he messes it up or something.
That's possible.
That's a nice block. Just look at their ranges. Look at how far they are when they dash in, dash out before someone might try to attack. Oof, that was a whiff though. So disrespect to that move. Went for the down back 3-2 right away. And just low hounding law. You'll see that Rip is also doing a lot of fake crouch dash into while standing 1. Like, he is just doing it over and over and over again. I have to think that that is actually a meta thing between these two, because everyone knows Rip does love to do a slide for whatever, situation. He will do slide till you die. But I mean, there's so many while standing 1s.
That's an interesting really combo he does off of the 3+4/4. I'm gonna have to test that afterwards, because I normally just do the junkyard combo, but he adds a 4 for it. I wonder how much damage that actually adds. Although it does add wall carry, I'm sure.
That might be the big thing. This is really turning out to be a match of back 1 versus magic 4 also. My main tip would just be watching how far they are before somebody even attacks. And look, MYK just got in his face before he got right back out. Punish. And that's a nice option for stopping both slide and forward 4-3. And this was interesting that he punished it with 2-1, because I think a lot of people with lesser experience would not have tried to go for a jab there to slow down his parry option. You can see just a few seconds ago, if you were to rewind it, Rip does back turned 4-3, and then it immediately goes for a parry. And MYK goes for 2-1. It hits before the parry really even comes out, but then like, I think a normal person might just, okay, well, I'm gonna do like a down forward 1 or something like that, but he beat him.
Well, I was also going to mention real quick too, because of the last vault video I did, and I was also going to do another one here coming up soon about trades. And what do you know, right here, trade.
Yep.
The slide trade. Now, he just did a wall standing 2, which happened to kill, but he could have gotten a full combo off of that. So, because of the way it traded.
Yeah, he could have wall standing 4.
I hate that.
That was a good setup.
What is that? Flicker 1 or forward 1 or some shit?
The big punch into the wall.
Yeah, the big power punch.
Yeah, quarter circle 1.
Ah, okay. I hate that move.
It's the weirdest move because of how negative it is, but he still has options because of flicker. Just this mid-range, they're constantly whiffing out stuff, hoping someone takes a bait. And you can just see them not finishing certain things or dashing in his face like that.
I love that. Wake up E-slide. Hell yeah. The oldest trick in the book.
I think you picked up on exactly what I was going for in that first match too, with the fake slide where he didn't do anything. It's just players conditioning players that are used to playing each other too.
Right.
This match is just thrilling to me though. See, I'm not overly on the technical side like MYK is. I'm not overly on the panic buttons like Rip is. But they found each other, and that's a nice little cross-up. Yeah. But between the two of them, I mean, they both change their game for each other in a way that's just super interesting. Dash in, back out, dash in, back out, dash in, two throw. And the two throw isn't particularly good unless people know what throws they expect to see from Steve, so he used the least likely to get broken throw. Oh, he actually pulled the trigger on that high. And that's why he does that.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure that's also why Rip decided to punish that with the slide, because he wasn't expecting a punish. He was just going to go into a mix-up, but he finished it.
Here's a good example of Rip pulling the trigger, being who Rip is. And he faked the slide.
He loves that
the
move.
Slide.
He loves
Did you see
that.
The fake?
Yeah, he loves doing that. That's like a Rip special. Going into full crouch, or like doing a fake slide and then doing the big backwards hop kick or flip kick, whatever the hell you want to call it. Skyrocket jump kick.
Parry. Watching their range. And that time, MYK decided to do an attack from half screen, which is something that he hasn't done. Sometimes you gotta force people from outside their range to expect an attack. Waited for the magic 4 to width and then ran up for a low. That is clearly just experience there. Went for the setup, but Rip stayed down. I think most of us know that one. I don't know why he went for a 1-1-2 there, but key to the match.
I think he was expecting another grab. So I want to mention this because Joey Fury mentioned something. Wow, and he actually raised drive to 2. Okay, I'll actually talk about this in between matches because it's kind of the big thing. But.
Sure. That was a weird trigger pull.
Jesus, Half-Life.
At some point here, I would expect to see Rip pull out the whole junkyard. Because MYK has definitely been attacking after back 2 a lot.
Working his way back into it. Oh, the bell, because he still got it though. You know what I was gonna mention? Okay, so he has. I wonder if this is like somewhat recent because he has the mask on. No, I was gonna mention too. So, if anyone hasn't seen it, so Joey Fury did a Marduk video with what's his name?
Glaciating? Or?
No, King J. And he did. It was like he has like a few videos where it's like teach me so and so, and he gets a player on there to talk about it. But one thing that Joey had mentioned during that video that I thought was a really, really good like meta observation tip, whatever you want to call it, is that if you're Marduk, like if you do forward 1+2, if you're playing a good player, that's going to get broken most of the time. However, there's 2 reasons that you should do it a lot. The first is that if you nail it, you're going to get a ton of damage. So even though you may only hit it once out of 20 or whatever, you're still going to get a huge reward. And the second is that it's really, really annoying as an opponent playing against Marduk to have to constantly break that stupid thing. And you can see that that's what Rip is kind of doing with forward 3+4 with Law, especially in a wall stage. He gets a ton of damage if he nails that and gets you to a wall. And what he did during that match is that he was doing that. He had done it like 3-4 times in a row, and then all of a sudden run up, he does the dash, and then a flip kick. So he had conditioned MYK. Now maybe MYK was thinking like a down back 3 or something was going to happen, but he was conditioning with that grab, and then MYK was like, all right, well, you're just starting to be trolly with it. I'm just going to duck and launch you. And that's not what happened. Then he completely switched gears and was like, well, all right, this is a read, but I've been conditioning you for this, and I know that you're going to try to punish me now for it, and I'm going to launch you for ducking.
You see that guy in the background? The guy in the background with the black shirt and the beard, he looks like Raz to me.
Oh. I was going to say I see Tekken Tim, but that's Jop's brother, right?
That's a definite good.
Tekken Tim is Jop's brother.
I don't know.
I think it is. He's like his real life brother. But anyway, that's 90% of people watching this video won't even know who Jop is, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, he's out of it. I think he's playing something else.
He's a dev, man. He's a game dev these days.
That's what I think he's going for a lot of times too. He's going for that particular DSS2 forward 2.
Oh, and I was also going to say, too, I apologize if the video quality is not super great on this video. It looks like they only have 720p, so I would increase it if I could, but it doesn't look like it'll let me.
In that case, I think that MYK went for down forward 2 as the punish, just because of safety. He probably didn't want to mess up a down forward 1+ when he was up by so much life.
It makes me mad that down forward 2 is safe if you do the flicker cancel or whatever the fuck that cancel is, where you can block.
Yeah, the duck one.
Yeah,
that was a read right there.
Dude, that stomp. We've been talking about that lately. That stomp is tricksy.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It is. It's one of those jumping low. You can see that Rip has changed his entire game plan to use more of the hammer punch. And he's trying to get counter hits in order to let him get in. At this point, he realizes that he's kind of losing the spacing fight, and now Rip is actually trying to get in more. And that's where I think this match is really developing. Even though I think it's a tie or something, I don't know what the score is anymore.
Yeah, it's probably hard for you to see on your phone, but it's 2-2. Yeah.
We actually had a Minnesota player who used to do that pro stuff. Really just condition people with Julia's mad axes. And then, of course, doing the same setups into 2 throws, stuff like that. It wouldn't necessarily be hard to break, but he was really getting to people's heads. I remember one tournament in particular where the guy started spiking the buttons to break them. He was so mad. We call him Jeff the Evil Bastard for a reason. It's just elbow, 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 Mad Axe's elbow, elbow, elbow. And then reaction 1-1-1s when you were doing something from far away. Now look at, I don't know if you saw how that down 2 was from so far away. That was really reaching. That's these two playing against each other in a different way. MYK hasn't been necessarily trying to get in with that from that range.
And there it is.
And I think that's the end. Yeah.
Yep, that is the end. Yeah, MYK took it. Nice. Well, that was a fun match. I like that a lot.
That one really got me going watching it. Like, you can just see the decisions they're not choosing to do, or the things that they're changing slightly. And that last set, when Rip starts busting out the hammer of the God Punch, you can really tell, okay, this is an entire philosophy change. He feels like MYK is just creating the space too easily for him. They need to cut him down.
Nice. Cool. Well, that was fun. I like that. Watching that, we got to. I really like talking the more meta rather than he punished that. Oh, that's -12 or whatever. So this is kind of for the future for anybody. If you put any matches out there you want us to watch, this is probably how we'll look at it. Is sort of what's the decision making, not so much you need to capitalize on X, Y, or Z, or he didn't blah blah blah, but Just why are you doing the things that you're doing? So,
Well, I would say, like afterwards, I mean, like if you were to ask me, how that went down and what could have changed differently, I think Rip was definitely on the right idea with the hammer punch to help keep MYK from getting out. This game, everybody played pretty safe for the most part. I mean, MYK could have punished things a little bit better, and Rip, I mean, he made his decision, but I think it really did come down to spacing. So in some of these other matches, if we ended up doing like some of our own crew, we may actually end up, having to say, such and such might be X, amount punishable, but here's the reason why you might still do it. Here's the reason why you might not. So there might be even more advice that we can give. This was a pretty high level match where really all you can do is talk about the spacing and different tricks for getting in.
right. Well, I don't. That was a fun match to watch. I don't really have any more to say beyond that. Do you have any like now that the whole set is done? Did you have anything that maybe we didn't talk about that you wanted to address on it, or?
I mean, like if I was MYK and I was trying to expand on what happened, I would say that obviously ultimately it was his safety that ended up winning for him. But if, let's say, he needed to make the comeback, I would actually start suggesting flicker punches into spin punches because of the timing, and it forces the opponent to start to have to choose to interrupt in the first place. And if you block one flicker punch, that is a terrible time to interrupt.
Right.
So if I was Rip and I was ahead on life, I think that I would have done a lot more baiting, a lot more backing away, because he played the, I don't want to say he didn't play the turtle, but I would say he should have committed to turtling a little bit more when he was ahead on life, but that's not Rip's style, so that's just like what I might have done if I was trying to maintain the lead better.
Right.
A lot of comebacks.
Indeed. Yeah, well, like you said, like going into it, these are two players that have countless hours against one another, so it's a really weird battle in that scenario when you're like on your 1000th level of meta and you just know what's going on, but you have to constantly tweak it at the same time. So
Yep, you could see, like if you were going to look at some of the meta progression from the very get-go, every single time MYK did down forward 2, Rip had an answer. He went for an interrupt. He didn't just let it fly. Or if he did down 2-1, 90% of the time, Rip would duck, so that the third hit would come out. And that's where MYK would start with his offense, is down 2-1, and then duck canceling the while standing 1. So right there, you've got some of the layers that we didn't even see develop. They were already present.
right. And I'm sure like as we do more of these that we'll notice or talk about that more, that it's like, okay, what we just saw here with MYK and Rip, we're not even seeing level 1, 2, or 3 because they understand that. They already have tested that with each other, however many years ago. So they know that it's there. Whereas if you're playing somebody brand new, you kind of have to retrain that, but retrain it quickly. So
like in the future, we might be able to tell people what the next step in the meta is. But even with some of these advanced ones, we can tell you what some of the previous steps were, or things that they might have to bring back, in order to get the win when they need to.
Right. And on that note, so I know that this is probably going to be a long video again, so I'm not so much holding to my own promise. But so this was a winner's final match, so really long, right? It's first to 3, and most of those went, the distance. So again, I don't expect these to go 35, 40 minutes like this one probably will. So just kind of keep that in mind. This was a Dan special. He had this lined up and wanted to chat about it. So that's why we're doing that. I also apologize that our little symbols or whatever went away. I forgot that it would what's the word I'm looking for? That it would move our screen and stuff once I stop sharing my screen in Discord. So at least I still have our names up there. I guess that's something. But cool. So that was fun. I like doing that. I definitely think that we should keep doing that. So we will pull more matches if no one has any that they want us to watch. We actually have our own little online event thing going on here soon, so there will be the asterisk there that it's people playing online, so they may not be playing exactly like they would offline, but that should give us a lot of good matches here coming up in the near future. Otherwise, I think that's really all that I have to say. Any last words, Dan, or anything that you want to mention?
I mean, nothing specific to that. I could just actually talk about that match all the time. Like, I know we're trying to get out of here, but just imagine these two people, like, they're playing each other, and you can see it in between the matches when they show the exhaustion on their faces. But looking at it from MYK's position, that first match, he lost it. He should have won it. Like, he was way ahead. And when you lose that first one, it's kind of defeating, right? And then he actually lost the first two. So when Rip took his second win, I mean, that can also be a really defeating feeling too. So it was kind of impressive to see the tenacity to bring it back all the way. But nothing extra special. I wanted to make sure I included that kind of level of meta addressing. I don't know, addressing that part of it.
No, that makes sense. And yeah, if you wanted to, I mean, we can always make a second part to this, no problem. If there was like
thanks for humoring me though.
Detailed stuff, yeah. No, I think this is excellent. I think this is exactly what we're going for. So for those watching, hopefully this gives you an idea of what we're trying to do in terms of like the discussion and match analysis and what have you. Although I do intend, like, if any big news comes out or whatever, I think that's what these discussion videos are going to be used for as well, so that we can kind of go over that and explain what's going on and how that might affect how you play the game and whatnot. So all right, well, with that being said, we're approaching 40 minutes here pretty soon, so I think it's a good place to stop. So I'll just mention and do the stuff real quick. So of course, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Links to Twitter, Facebook, etc. are in the description as normal. And then especially we got kids, we got mouths to feed, so Patreon, right? Hook us up, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's my little shill moment. So expect, I was going to mention, obviously this is time sensitive, so if you're watching this way down the road, this won't mean anything to you, but I am working on the Leroy guide. I am going to do him next. So I expect to have that, at least the first video up here this week. I still have to finish the written guide, and then I use that to make the script for the videos. So that is in the works. I think that's all I got. So I know I already asked you like 3 times, but any any last words or whatever before we call it a day?
Nope, just thanks for listening. Thanks for having me, Scott.
Absolutely. Well, we will be back, ladies and gentlemen. So all of you guys, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay safe. We'll see you later.